charm, chaka. Cause you know that I'm the one that keep you warm, chaka. I make it more than just a physical dream. I wanna rock you, shaka, baby, cause you make me wanna scream. Let me rock you, rock you. All I wanna do is shaka Khan. Let me rock you, shaka Khan. Let me rock you, got the feel for you, feel for you.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to TPS Tonight. Before we begin, we would like to acknowledge that we live, work, and play on the unceded and traditional territories of the Coast Salish peoples, and that we occupy this land. This acknowledgement does not take place of authentic relationships with Indigenous communities, but serves as a first step in honoring the land we occupy. For more information on how you can support our Indigenous communities, please check out the organizations listed in this slide. Thank you. Tonight's broadcast is in honor of Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and the countless others whose lives were lost at the hands of racism. We stand with the Black community, and we want to highlight several organizations that are offering support to jailed protesters. If you have the means, please consider donating to them. Links to these organizations will be emailed after the broadcast. For tonight's event, you may submit questions for Q&A using the built-in Q&A feature in Zoom or by emailing tpstonight@tpsonline.org. You may use the chat function to engage with hosts and other audience members throughout the show. Please be aware that tonight's show is being recorded for encore performances. Closed captioning will be available in future broadcasts. Now, without further ado, please welcome your hosts, Jimmy Shields and Alexandria Henderson.
Hey.
Hey, gorgeous.
Okay. First of all, let me just say, every time Jeremy is our showrunner, like the way that his voice kind of just like sounds like an announcer, it kind of just sets it up to be like, when he says my name, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're such a big deal.
I mean, but we kind of are.
We kind of are. But no, hi everyone. Welcome to TPS Tonight. I am Alexandria.
I am Jimmy.
And we are here. Okay. We're going to get right into it. First of all, the chat is open. Feel free to say things to us. Hi, Andy. Hi, Colleen. So glad that you have made it. And yes, Catherine. Like everyone being here. Thank you so much for being here. We are excited to be here today. It has been a shitty week. Yes, I am starting our show off with a curse word because there's nothing else. It's funny because I'm trying to figure out like, how has my week been? And I just feel like my nails can tell you how my week has been. I normally try to like have my nails done for each episode. Look at that one. Look at the struggle that nail is trying to hold on to the color, okay? Like, struggling. As Jeremy read, we are so heartbroken for our brothers and sisters and cousins and aunties and uncles who have been murdered this week and this year. People we don't even know about who didn't have the, I'm going to say this word knowing how bad it is, but did not have the benefit of having their deaths recorded so that they can have their righteous anger that's carried out by folks like me, who literally 2 days ago could not get out of bed, could not do anything, just heartbroken. It's trash. I personally, Jimmy, you can speak to this too if you would like. I'm not watching any videos. Don't share pictures of me. I've already seen a couple of pictures where the cop was on baby George's neck. I don't want to see it. I don't need to see it to know that it's happening. Don't put it on my timeline. Don't tag me in it. Quickest way to get blocked, because I don't need to see my brothers and cousins and sisters and uncles and aunties dying to know that it's happening in this world. And I hope that something can be done about it in the future. But until that great and shining day, y'all gonna get these words.
And I'm gonna be completely honest with every and anybody who's watching. This is hard for me to talk about. I asked Alexandria to take the lead on this one, because I don't know that I can have this conversation without barrage of emotions, but also I'm tired of having this conversation. And when you get tired, I don't know if you've ever been through something in your life, and it may not be race relations, it might be money oriented, it might be family oriented, it might be love life, but when you get so tired and you get tired of being tired, you're broken. It's heavy.
Yeah.
And it's really heavy right now. And I'm with you. I try not to watch those videos. And if I see them, it's only because of the television that I watch, as far as like The View and keeping up on, trying to keep abreast on what's going on in the world.
And it's wild because I know that we do pop topics every week. Sorry. What's funny is, like, you said that you didn't want to do it because I'm sorry.
It's okay. This is real. This is what we're here for. This is about having the conversation. But I think what people got to understand, it's about having the conversation when it's not time to have the conversation.
Yep.
What do you do when it's too late? And it's been too late for a while. And I don't, these opinions do not express the opinions of TPS or anybody. These are Alexandria and I's feelings, emotions, opinions. And one of the things
So at me if you got a problem, because I got time.
Just make sure you spell the name right. But like, one of the things is that I can't pat people on the back for things that they should have been doing. It's like your mom paying you to clean your room. Your room should be clean. You don't get a reward for something that you're supposed to be doing.
Wow, you sound like Robin.
Like, you don't, being a good human is what you should want to do.
Yeah.
But there was another young Black trans man who, I'll say right now, there is it hasn't been spoken too much on, but allegedly his death was also by police force, and his name is Tony McDade. And it was the 12th trans killing this year, and the 3rd police-related killing in the last 2 months. So we just... And
you know what? I like that you spoke to that too, because I feel like people go up when Black cis men are killed at the hands of police, but like Black women, trans men, they don't get the same uproar. And I definitely wanted to show you guys my bra, but I want it to be shown in like a specific way. So when the shirt like opens, I'm like, even though I want you to be able to see it. I'm sorry. Just getting distracted. But I feel like there should be more righteous anger. And I feel like the more that we continue to highlight that trans men and women are also, they matter, Black lives matter, Black trans lives matter, Black women's lives matter, Black men's lives matter, like all of them, they matter. And I appreciate you bringing that up too, because I learned about Tony McDade as well, but we're not seeing a whole lot of like really beautiful pictures and artwork done for them. And I just feel like, I mean, it's the hardest part to me is that we're in a pandemic. So y'all mean we can't even pandemic in peace?
That part.
It's bad enough that we're all on this emotional roller coaster all of the doggone time. People don't know how they're going to pay their bills unless they go back to work in unsafe environments. Like, it's hard times. It's hard out here for a pimp. Like, it's hard. And then also to have that to like, because you know in the news, you probably, I don't know if you've seen this as much as I have, or like you see the really awesome police officers handing a whole bunch of white folk masks when they're out and about, like, oh, you forgot your mask, here's one. Oh, you forgot your mask, here's one. And then like the countless people that are getting like hemmed up, Black people getting hemmed up because they don't have masks on. Like, this country, y'all.
And I wish that there was another word that we could use, a synonym of some sort for privilege, because that word is not, it's not resonating with a lot of people.
It's because people are going like, well, no, I was poor too. I was raised, I worked very hard for every dollar. And it's like, no.
It's deeper than that.
And there's a privilege. I recognize that I have privilege. Let me tell you, Jimmy Shields, everybody watching, I recognize that I have a privilege in the fact that in a pandemic, what do I have? I have an apartment. I have lights. We got lights. We got food. Hell, I can FaceTime to even find out where you at. Like, I have amenities that people do, and I recognize that privilege. There are people who are legit, I mean, I'm struggling, but they're like struggling, and they don't have Animal Crossing, or the fact that their turnips are selling for 604 bells a piece. Like, they don't have that to keep them going in this pandemic. You know what I mean? So when you say privilege, people want to be like, I ain't got no privilege. But you got to understand that there are so many levels of privilege. I, as a cis woman, have privilege, and I recognize that. Like, there's levels of privilege, but you got to know that everything is not, I lost my train of thought. But you just gotta be able to, like, privilege, I wish there was another word. I agree with you, because privilege seems to incite, like,
oh, I didn't work for it, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I can tell you a time, I remember this time specifically that I was working at a organization that I won't name, and there's reasons why. But I was, the shooting in Florida had just happened, and then a shooting of a police officer had just happened, and I think a shooting of the death of a Black woman in police custody had just happened. I believe it was all around the same time. My memory's a little foggy, but I believe it was around the same time. And I was having a conversation with one of my coworkers, and she was just really, really upset. And another coworker joined and pretended to be upset. And then she was like, I just get tired of the word privilege being thrown around, because I worked hard for everything that I have. And obviously this was a cisgender white woman. And she was like, I work for everything I have. So I'm just tired of people talking about my privilege. And she's like, that's not what you should be mad about. Jimmy, how do you feel? And my response was, I don't know how to feel, but you seem to know how to feel. So let me ask you, my mother has a Black daughter, a gay Black son, and a son who is a police officer. You tell me what my feelings are supposed to be. And she couldn't. And that's what I grapple with all the time. Like, it's rough.
The topic is never going to be easy. And I think it's also never going to be easy because this country's very foundation is built upon a system that is not made for Black folk to succeed. I want to include all people of color in that. I'm not exactly sure. I can't speak to that because I don't know how other people of color have lived. I only know the Black side, if you will. So, but I just know that, like, slaves built this country, and the only way to keep us building this country is to keep us enslaved.
It's to keep your Let's change subjects. We're gonna
we are. You know, here's the thing. We started off. It was a rough week, y'all. So I messaged Jimmy today and I said, do we have anything happy, frivolous, go lucky that we can talk about?
And I said no.
He did. He even said, I hope you don't mind, Jimmy, that I'm going to share this. Mm-hmm. He said, I'm finding it really hard to just smile for this program today. Like, we know that we started this show to be able to bring light and levity into a pandemic. We didn't know that we were going to continue to watch folks of ours. We didn't know that we were going to continue to watch like our people can like be murdered in the streets with no justice. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So,
and for those of you who don't know, and some of you may know, the police officer that had his knee on George has been arrested and charged, not with murder, complete murder, but manslaughter. We hope it changes. Manslaughter doesn't hold the same time as premeditated murder.
I'm sorry, you can just look at my face. I'm not.
Switching gears slightly, you know, we done talked about TikTok a couple times.
Yeah, we did.
And I had gotten a TikTok.
Did you put something on it?
About it? No, there's nothing on it. However, TikTok is now in the news, sliding into these pop topics.
What they do? Hold on real quick. Pop topics. Okay.
TikTok is in hot water because they have been caught blocking Black Lives Matter support videos and support videos for George Floyd. And so
we don't want your kind around here.
That doesn't tick or talk. Okay?
TikTok, you know, stop.
No,
TikTok.
actually, you do stop. You do stop. So I thought that was interesting, especially when you're at the height of your popularity. You should be wanting to pursue that larger platform. So why would you block out people?
Well, maybe because, you know, they don't want that kind of smoke. They are like, we're just here for fun, you guys. We just want people to make videos that are like lovely and like.
Everybody can't be Switzerland. Look.
Maybe TikTok's trying to be Switzerland because we ain't got no Switzerland social media yet. Ooh.
We have, apparently it's because it's a Chinese company and they can't allow protesting against authority.
Oh, see? Haha. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And it does. But also, freedom of speech. We're in America.
Oh, protesting against authority. Yeah. No, because they can't give nobody no ideas because if they're running their country with a tight fist, under your thumb.
Yes.
Under a tight thumb. You can't be having people watching videos that might help them like rise up. That's sad.
When I rise up.
I should learn those words.
See, y'all, we're still gonna bring you that levity and joy.
We're trying. Are y'all still here? Y'all still rocking with us?
Stay with us.
You know, give us a black thumbs up. Don't do it. Just see all these black hands coming in from all of our white friends.
And speaking to that just made me jump to a whole nother thing.
What's that?
I think people think that they can remedy things around racism with stuff like adding different color emojis.
Okay.
Changing, like it's great that you're adding those so we can be seen and felt and heard. Get it together. I'm trying. So we can be seen and heard, but that doesn't stop. Like you can't be like, we added a bunch of different color emojis.
I mean,
now what's your fight?
Because I'm here for a black. Do you realize though that like the black hand, when you put your hand up, it's this color. Mm-hmm. But your hands in real life are lighter. Mm-hmm. So then like low-key, I always want to use a white hand, but I don't want people to think that I'm trying to be a reverse Rachel Dolezal. I just know that the inside of my hand is lighter.
Wait, you don't wave like this? You don't wave like this? No, that's just me.
I'm about to now. Oh my gosh. Hey, Jimmy.
What's up? What it do?
Oh my, what it do?
Oh my gosh. So sliding into, just to bring some levity and some light and some laughter, because I know that our guests that we have tonight, is it okay if I jump to this, baby?
I mean, you can segue it from TikTok dancing. I do want to know more. I think the people need to know more about the dance that you created this week and why you haven't uploaded that on TikTok so people can do the Shiemens. I can't pronounce it. Is it Shiemens?
Shimmons.
The Shiemens challenge.
It's because it's Shields and Simmons, but you don't say Shields. You just say Shields. Shields.
Jimmy Shields.
But you're not saying Shields.
I'm saying Shields. Yes, I am.
Yeah, so say Shimmons.
Shiemens.
No, you're not. And suddenly we're in Gone with the Wind.
Okay, yes, please.
But no, that video was random. I've been dancing a lot in the house. I dance a lot all the time anyway. And I always got somebody to put it on. So I did it and it happened. Hey. And maybe you'll see it. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Thank you. But this man right here.
Nice that we're going to do it. Tell him.
This man right here. Let me tell you about this.
Who is it?
This amazing entertainer. I'm going to call him an entertainer because he's more than just a dancer, choreographer, performer. He can decorate your house.
Yes, he can.
Okay.
I'm aiming you.
He's been on tours.
Huh?
He's worked with some of the greatest artists of our time. Prince.
Yes.
Michael Jackson. Like, tell us about it. So
who else?
Without any further ado, probably one of my favorite movers in the world, because this man can do any style and do almost anything.
Talk about it.
Please welcome to the show, the iconic.
Iconic.
The iconic.
Daniel
Cruz.
Yeah. Oh wait. Yes.
What up? Look at my hand. Yeah. What up?
Hey. Welcome, my friend. Welcome.
Hello, beautiful people. Hi.
Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
How have you been?
I'm good. I'm self-quarantining. I'm working from home. I'm trying to watch all the Netflix.
Amen.
All the Drag Race.
Yes. Yes, there's a winner announced tonight. I know who it is. I won't say it.
How do you know?
I got on social media.
It's because you're black. And RuPaul's black, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
You know it. So Alexandria, what we got for him?
So, in the beginning, we like to ask every guest these same 3 questions and a spin on the last one. So
You're making me nervous.
It's okay. Who are you? Where are you from? And I will say, what is your least favorite online dance trend?
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Raw. She just wants to be out. Let's just do both sides.
Let her out. Let her breathe.
Titties.
About to do mine. So Daniel Cruz. Who am I? Like how lengthy do you want this to be?
I mean,
average is
soundbite.
okay.
I was born in the Philippines. Moved here when I was 11.
Lovely.
And I didn't know how to speak English. And I got thrown in the middle of 4th grade and didn't talk to anyone, but I just heard everybody just talking to me as if I could speak English. So I was in 4th grade for a couple of months, just throw them right in there. And then decided to learn English by watching television.
What did you watch?
I watch a lot of MTV because I also like watching dance videos and music videos at the time. So in learning how to speak English, I also learned how to dance.
Wow.
Through watching videos and whatnot. So within a couple of months' time, I learned how to speak English and picked up some dance moves.
Lovely. So what is your least favorite online dance trend?
I am so not up to date that I don't like them all. No.
You're saying Gangnam Style?
I don't know any of them. I think it's the Roger Rabbits, I believe.
All of them rabbits.
All the rabbits. Roger, Jim, Kathy. I don't know. It's fine. The woe's over, so thank God.
Which I can't even can you do the woe?
Just did it twice.
No, I was asking Daniel, do you find that as a dancer and mover for you too, Alexandria, that a lot of the dance trends or fads that kids who can't freestyle dance or like dance on rhythm by themselves do that people who are actual movers and dancers can't do.
Isn't that weird?
It's like, what was the game back in the day with the arrows?
Oh, Dance Dance Revolution.
It took me forever.
Oh, here's what I'll say about the whoa. I put it in my brain as like, you know, when we were in church, you catch the spirit, huh? Hallelujah. So I know how to do it. Oh, glory to hallelujah. Like I'm really, yeah. So I'm good at it.
Catching the spirit.
Hallelujah. Oh my God. Like, yes.
Whoa.
I've been doing it for years. Whoa.
Okay, Daniel. So you are extraordinary. A lot of people don't know the extent of your extraordinariness.
Yes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Amen.
Uh-huh. Yes, we're all on the same page. Amen. But can you tell us a little bit about your resume? I listed a couple things. I hope they was all right. And tell us a little bit about your resume outside of the dance world, because I know that you do theater. You are an accomplished theater performer as well as a choreographer.
Let's see. I've done a couple of tours. First National Tour of Fame, the musical. When I first moved to LA, that was one of my first jobs. And then the other tour is In the Heights, first national tour. And I'm so excited for the movie to come out. Finally, people know about In the Heights.
Yes, right?
We'll get to know about In the Heights. They only know about Hamilton for quite a while. And I love it when people school other people that In the Heights was also very good.
And I think In the Heights is better than Hamilton, in my opinion. So
me too.
Okay.
Only because like they're both good, they're both
Yes.
great, but I think In the Heights kind of like was a mic drop for Lynn.
And I thought In the Heights was like cultural. Like you're taking like your heart, your soul, the beat of your country, and you're putting that into something and letting other people in on this. Like,
yeah, it was very bold.
It's
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, and I believe in my experience that it was the best musical that infused hip hop and R&B and all of that and like Latin music. So that's why I was excited for it, and I think that's why I like it a little better than Hamilton. It's gonna get its love once this movie comes out. Sure. Yeah, so did a couple of tours. I think I'm most proud of having served as a mentor and a teacher for a lot of working dancers from Seattle. At first, I think I didn't give myself that credit, and I thought it was the water in Seattle and Mount Lake Terrace and Tacoma. But then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, no, I think I helped a little bit.
a lot of it.
I think our water has arsenic in it. I'm kidding.
Yeah. That's what that was. So I'm also a teacher and a mentor. I wear that hat. I've done about 15 to 20 shows at the Fifth. I don't remember how many. And then at the Village, I've choreographed some shows, and I've been in a couple. Thanks to Steve and David and Bill.
Yes, nice.
Daniel and I worked together for the first time in 2014. Carrie the musical. And I still do the choreography in my brain because I thought it was way fun. Do you remember? When you choreograph shows, do you remember even years later? Like if the song comes on, do you remember the dance moves? Or you just like, oh, it's coming back to me?
No, because I don't remember what I did yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I think there's a lot of there's many types of dancers or dance students, I should say. I'm the dance student that can pick up pretty fast and analyze the movement, but I will forget it in a couple of hours. And then you have my friends who, let's say that we're not even in class, they were just watching through the window. And 30 years from then, they will still do the choreography with details.
It's like, Dan, you remember when you did this, and then you did this, and then you did this? That was fun.
I call it set it and forget it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. It's kind of weird how that works, but yeah, there's different ways of learning and keeping choreography in your head.
I remember the first time that I was blessed with the privilege to work with you. It was like a long time ago. what was it, like 2007, I want to say, 2008, Dance This. And you guys brought in Tabitha and Napoleon.
Oh my gosh.
And you were the artistic director over all of that, the creative director over all of that. And I didn't even know your resume at the time. Like, I was completely oblivious, and you were so sweet. You were so kind. I don't think you raised your voice, not one time. Like, you ate lunch with us. Like, and looking back, I'm like, this is Daniel Cruz, but in the moment, I'm like, this is the nicest man in the world. Like, what? Oh. But you were so sweet and a lightweight shady, because Charles and I were still dating at the time.
I love this story.
And you were like,
tell it.
You were like, oh, I think you were sitting with your boo thing at the time, and we were eating lunch, and you were like, oh, are you guys brothers? And we were like, no. And you were like, we weren't out, obviously. And you were like, oh, are you guys like just like best friends? And we were like, yeah. You were like, okay.
Wow, I was nosy, huh?
I was like, did he just read us the filth? Charles was like, yeah, he did.
To be fair, you guys were so close, and you can tell the connection that you have, that I thought y'all were family.
Yeah, they just had their legs intertwined, and you were just like, okay, so then what is it though?
Roommates.
It's fetishizing. No, that was great. So we touched on your entertainment life a little bit. You recently transitioned into another realm, another art form, because I still think it's an art form.
It's completely an art form.
Tell us a little bit about that art form. How did you get here? What is it? What are you doing with it? And did we lose you completely from dance?
Ooh. So I think it was after my last show, Damn Yankees, at the 5th. I've always wanted to go back to school, but I didn't know what. And there I was, thinking to myself, like, well, what do I like to do? And meanwhile, I'm noticing that HGTV is on and my favorite shows are on. And I'm like, interior design. And I remember back in high school, I used to drive around and just look at houses.
I still do that.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things.
It's weird, but yeah, I did that with my friends. And so I took a class at Bellevue College and fell in love with it the moment I had that one class. Thank you, Paul. That was one of my first teachers. So I got my bachelor's in interior design, and I now work for a firm on 5th and University, right across in front of the Fifth Avenue Theater. I think I'm stuck there. I'll just be working on 5th and University forever. That is my corner. And so I work for a firm, and we work a lot on healthcare projects, which are very important now, and some commercial projects. And I've also worked with a firm that does mostly residential to design for people's homes. So it's really fun. It's definitely an art form because you use the elements and principles of art. And I wish I had taken design classes before choreographing, because you can totally apply the same elements and principles to dance. I like to say that design or interior design or any kind of art, you're basically choreographing things. It's composition within a frame, whether the frame is 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional. In interior design's case, it's 3-dimensional. So, you're moving a chair over here and you're moving a table over there and you're putting paint over here. You're basically staging or blocking or choreographing.
That is a really nice way I never would have thought to look at it. I'm just like, oh, so you picking out colors and matching patterns and fabrics. Cool. But
I wish it was just that, but there are codes that you have to follow for things to be, they have to be the right size, the right heights. You have to comply with certain rules like ADA rules and all that stuff. So, yeah.
Can I answer the question here? Do you enjoy, I know you work for a firm, but do you enjoy it to the point where you would do a private commission work?
Yeah, I would love to.
Basically, like if I go to Broadway, will you do my dressing room?
Yes, done.
The dressing room.
Done.
No, people actually like design their dressing rooms. Like, no lie, they go in and like paint.
No, I thought
and,
you meant like if I buy a house.
No, I mean, I don't know if I'm like. I think I'll go on Broadway before I get a house. Let's just be real. But like,
I don't know. You can
this
buy a
ain't
house.
no homie hookup.
You can buy a
I
house
will
right
pay.
now. Broadway is closed.
Okay, you right. But you just know I don't do the whole homie hookup stuff. Okay, I pays.
Well, book and bless that, and then book and bless me, and then we'll call it good.
Yes. So is that keeping you from us in the dance world?
Yeah.
Are
It
you gonna make an
has.
appearance?
I stopped dancing while I was in school because I wanted to focus on school. But I did teach some and had a group because I do love to teach, and I knew, or I thought I was going to stop forever. So I was like, well, let me teach leadership. Let me teach how to teach. Let me pass on what I know to these young dancers who want to do something with dance. And because I've always wanted a teacher, like a good teacher, whether it was in dance or interior design. And so I did that while I was in school, but I stopped being a student because it was a lot of hours, like a lot of long nights. If you've heard of architecture students staying up all night doing their projects and their work, it's kind of similar to design, maybe not as crazy, but it's a lot of work and a lot of brain work. It's basically someone saying, hey, be creative, go. You know, and that's really hard. I mean, dance monkey dance, yes, we could deal with that, right?
Well, kind of. I do that to Jimmy all the time, and he's like, no.
Yeah,
I'm like, go ahead, give me
exactly.
a 5, 6, 7, 8. And he's like, no, I won't.
Right. So it's kind of like that. It's basically a lot of design and a lot of work and a lot of learning information that is brand new, that was brand new to me. So I stopped dancing, and I think I want to get back into it because I've missed it so much. I've missed sweating. And so I'm going to be a student again, and I'm super excited. And a couple of my dance friends have asked if I was going to teach, and it just takes so much time to prepare. Like, that's where the work is the preparation. Yeah. Teaching class is fun because you actually get to help people and analyze people and get them to where they want to go, or get them to where they think they want to go, but take them beyond that. And I wish I could do it all, but I can't.
Yeah. So you said that your interior design is very much like choreographing, directing, staging, blocking. Have you started, when you do get to touch things, because I know you had a show, I think the latter part of last year, when you do get to touch things and put your hands on things, how has the interior design inspired your process as far as like staging and choreographing?
Well, I pay attention to color a lot more. I actually ended up lighting the whole show. So that came into play. So you think of light and shadow and contrast and depth, and using color or light as an application. So that was a learning thing for me. That was a new thing for me, doing that for the show. So that's a really great question because dance has helped with my design process, but doing that show, I think the lighting aspect of design really helped the show.
Nice. Something I want to just touch on because I didn't touch on it. A lot of people don't know, and I don't know why I even know this. It might be because I was a stalker back in the day. But
Security.
Back in the day? As in past tense?
Oh, you tried it. Look, Kim.
You leave me alone now.
But
I haven't been in the sun.
This man plays basketball.
Oh my God.
Like
He
plays.
He does because he choreographed it in To Carrie the musical. And I remember because I had totally stereotyped him because I just assumed that everyone in theater is gay. And so when he was choreographing me, I was like, I'm sorry, I do. And then he was like, so you do this, bop, bop. And he did this like crossover move. And I was like, he better. I was like, Somebody
You can be gay and still play basketball.
I mean, no, but what I'm saying is, you're right. But also back then I was also trash. So
Whatever.
hello. I definitely was like, no, gay people are not out here playing basketball.
Thank God for growth.
Hey man,
Okay.
you can grow people. You can learn and you can love. You can change your mind, change your heart.
You wouldn't be the first one to discount me when it comes to sports. It's a really great question. It's hilarious because a lot of people kind of see me only in like a dancer box, and they put me in a dancer's box. Mm-hmm. And they're all, it's weird. It's funny because it always shocks them when they see me play. I mean, I'm not the best baseball player, but when we were on tour with Fame, we played against, I think, one of the Rent tours, and they put me all in the outfield, and someone hit the ball all the way in the outfield, and then I threw it from the outfield all the way to home plate. See? Sports vocabulary.
Come on. I threw the football into the net and said, go.
I love hockey. And why were some people like, wow, like, you didn't tell us you can do that? And I'm like, well, I'm a dancer. I'm physical, and like, why not, you know?
Yeah.
And then I played basketball for like 8 years. It was one of the, first things I learned when I moved here while learning how to speak English and dance, because I had a crush on a boy, or maybe a couple who played basketball. So I'm like, I gotta start learning how to play basketball.
They be cute and their booties be
okay. So I learned how to play basketball, and I got decent at it. And at one point in time, I wanted to be the first Filipino American in the NBA. I mean, I was kind of serious. Yeah. And then I tried out for the Rainier Beach High School team, found out that I wasn't good enough at all. So I just stuck with tennis. And then I played tennis for the team.
Come on.
So, I mean, I could play some baseball or softball or whatever. I can throw a football. I can catch. I can certainly run. I play hoop.
He can put on a wig. He can turn it out.
I can play a wig. And then I will cheerlead on the side for myself when I score. So,
right?
Okay.
Come on.
Awesome. Oh, wow. Like, totally freaked me out. I mean, mine on.
Damn, Daniel.
Show us your number one. Damn,
But yeah, that's hilarious that you know that, because not a lot of people do.
I don't know why. I'm not like this is not about me. I'm not like wrapped up in the dance scene like it's primarily my thing, but I'm immersed in it enough over the last few years. And so like my sister even went to school with VJ. So I've known V longer than I even knew. So like by way of hearing little things, I'm like, oh, this man is Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
so,
as a matter of fact, when the Fifth Avenue used to use the TPS space for rehearsals back in the day, mm-hmm. we were rehearsing for Rocky Horror Picture Show, and me, Brandon O'Neill, Eric Ankrum, and Steven Taylor during lunch would go play hoop 2-on-2 and then go back into rehearsal.
Nice.
And then when I did West Side Story with Steve Tompkins back in the day, we would play between shows. Mm-mm. Like, who plays between shows between West Side Story?
Wow.
You know what I mean?
As if you don't have enough to do.
Well, exactly, yeah. We were young then, and we did it, and second show was fine. But now, I don't know if I can even do one number from West Side Story.
Catherine said you're her favorite Chino.
Oh, my God, I love her. Yeah, I played Chino twice. Once for Steve at Village, and then once at the Fifth.
Nice. Speaking of shows, I want to get into the tea of it all.
Okay.
Got a couple questions. You've worked with a lot of people, celebrities, non-celebrities.
Me.
What? I said non-celebrities. So
you know
what? I'm just playing, Kim. You know I got a crush on you.
Leave me alone.
So what show has just not been your favorite show, or who has been a nightmare to work with? Maybe a celebrity that you
no. Okay.
So who's been your and to the other side of that, who's been the best, your favorite, or your favorite show?
Cool. Good question. Let's start with the good stuff first. Ooh, my battery is about to die. I might have to.
Ooh.
Okay, so favorite artist that I worked with, I think, was NSYNC, and specifically Justin Timberlake, because we were in rehearsal and he was going through some run, hey, or something. I don't know what he was doing. And I don't know what came over me, but I was like, hey, like telling him jokingly that he was flat. And he pushed me on the shoulder and he was like, oh man, just push my whatever, you know, because I was supposed to push this thing to reveal him or whatever. And I'm like, Daniel, what are you doing? But anyways, I didn't shower for that week.
Oh, come
on! So he was a riot to work with. And also the fact that in one of the rehearsals, Joey came in with a t-shirt that said, and suck on it, instead of NSYNC. And I was like, okay, funny, got it. You don't take yourself too seriously. And
I feel like Lance should have had that on.
Wow, moving on. Ooh, he got the tea.
Goodness, my titty done popped out at that.
A nightmare to work with. I have one, but I'm not going to say. But there's another one. I know you wanted that one. But I worked with an artist in LA, and he threw not once but twice a chair at his assistant. Threw a chair at his assistant because his assistant didn't start it from, 1.05 in the music. And we were all like, ooh, okay. So yeah, that was a little scary, but you just
I have a question.
Stay out of the way. Yeah.
Stay out of the way. Daniel, can you give us a little sound bite for the children out there who maybe are just beginning their dance careers, in the middle of their dance careers, burned out? Can you give the children a word from on high from the Daniel Cruz? Do 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 do.
Hey.
Do 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 do.
What?
Do 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 do.
Hey.
Do 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 do.
Okay, we're back.
We're back.
So what was it? It's
just a message for the children who may be tired, who may be, are just starting out. Can you feed into their lives just a little bit so that they can be like, the Daniel Cruz once said, wear clean drawers to every audition. Or
that's what I was gonna say.
Okay, something
just
like that. TM reserved.
All right, so here we go. It's about to get real. So the dance community right now, and specifically, I think I'm mostly talking about the hip hop, like the commercial hip hop dance community. I love the spirit and the cheering for each other, the encouragement, the consideration. I love that because I think we all need that, especially these days. You don't know what someone's going through, and they're in dance class. They could look happy, but you never know. So I love that. But what I do want to say is that while there are a lot of cheerleaders behind you, don't forget the coach. Don't forget the coach. And the coach is the one who most likely have played the sport, who has studied the sport, who will tell you what it needs to win. And it might be tough, but sometimes you just gotta take it and listen to it and discipline yourself or force yourself, or do you know what I mean? Like, to apply what the coach is teaching you, because a cheerleader might not tell you that. They're both needed in life in general and in a dance class. But you gotta take them both. You can't just take the cheerleader on the bus and go and leave the coach behind. Because your cheerleaders will tell you go, 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 but they might not know what you're missing. And meanwhile, the coach is back there with the balls and the uniforms and the keys.
The plays.
Everything
you need, yes.
Because you cannot fill a cup that is already full. So if you think you know everything already because these cheerleaders are egging you on, take it down a notch because you don't know everything. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in class unless you're just there to show off, which is, I mean, it's fine. It happens. And then you should show off because part of that is performance. But also listen to your coach and apply what he or she or they have to say because they probably have experience in that. So I've just had experience with the dance community recently where I think a lot of young dancers were frustrated because they weren't in the front or they weren't being recognized. Like, I'll keep it real. Like, I will tell you when something's good, when something's bad, either way, but I will never lie to you as a coach because that's my job. If I was a cheerleader, then I will wear that skirt and give you pom-poms, but that is not my job. That's not why you came to me. And if you're coming to a teacher, you have to have a reason why you're going to them, right? So just remember that. Keep listening to the cheerleaders because they are working for you. And if I can and when I can, I will wear both hats because I think everyone needs both. But as a dance teacher, sometimes it's hard to be both when you're analyzing a student's movements and all of that stuff. I'm a super dance nerd and I take dance very seriously and I take teaching very seriously because not every dancer is a teacher. And I want to be a good teacher to help dancers who want to become professionals or want to be good, period, reach their goals. Because I just want everyone to be happy. Yeah. Like if you want to be a dancer and do that as a career, do that as a career, but you got to listen to information.
Because it's a business too.
You are your own business, yeah.
Right? That's what people forget a lot of the time. They just want to dance and be happy, and you got to listen to the coach who's been through it. Daniel, be my coach.
Daniel Rosarius Cruz, you gave the children a word.
Lazarius. She know my middle name though.
Thank you for that.
Oh my gosh, Daniel. The kids want to know. We got a couple questions for you. So we're going to slide into this next segment. Are you with us?
Next.
I am. I'm here.
All right. So the first question, Alexandria, do you want to ask it? I think it's a little self-serving, but you know.
I do. The first one?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to ask because it'd be pointed if Jimmy asked it. The question is, will you bring cruise control back? It may or may not be a point on a few bucket lists. Ooh, that sounds like a no. I'm kidding. Go, I'll wait for your answer.
It's hard to be a director of anything.
Let me know when you need help.
It is hard. So I don't know. The answer to that is I don't know. Because it takes a lot of time, number one. Number two, sometimes it's not the right time. And you just got to let that go. Yeah. So I don't know. I would love to. I love to teach. I'm actually thinking about offering free virtual dance privates while I'm in quarantine because, you know, I'm not doing anything over the weekends. So yeah, I love to teach, but being a director physically of a whole group is really difficult, just in case people didn't know that. So yeah, that's my answer to that.
Okay, and so I like that. That question came from Charles Simmons, in case you were wondering. That's why I said it was a little.
Pick it out.
A little loaded.
Well, I'm gonna email you.
Right.
We'll talk.
So, our next question comes from Andy, and if you have more questions, friends, please send them in. This is our question time. So, Andy asks, if you could call a second place in the world home, where would it be and why? And this is for all three of us to actually answer.
That's awesome. You guys want to go first?
Ooh. Right now it's hard because Like, where can you go in the
Let's
world?
say home, my bedroom to my living room. Okay, traveling, checking my passport.
Puerto Backyarda to your Los living room.
If I
Right?
okay, come on. If I were being honest, it has to be an island, and so it'd either be. You know, I've always wanted to go to the Philippines too, Daniel. That was going to be on my list this year.
Let me know.
I had it on my list. I'm not even kidding. I was supposed to go because we were going to hop to the Philippines. I was going to go visit Karina in Thailand.
Yeah.
And then we were going to hop to the Philippines because I wanted to go. So anyway, so that's that. But like of the places that I've been, I loved the DR and I love Hawaii. So it will be somebody's beach. I don't care that they get hurricanes. It'll be somewhere 90 plus degrees where I can just be naked, titties out, and like live. I mean, like not titties, like actual titties like a nice swimsuit. Sorry, people who are watching are like, ooh, titties. But like I love the warmth and the heat and all of that.
Mine would be a toss up between Hawaii because I love it. Mm-hmm. It's where I'm originally from, for those of you who didn't know. That's where I was born. We moved here when I was like 3, no. But, and then Vegas.
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
Vegas.
And I know it sounds crazy, but there's no beach, but it has the appeal of like the warmth, but also the entertainment lifestyle. I can go see a show at the drop of a hat and be satisfied.
That's true.
And I need that in my life all the time.
Love that. Mine's really easy because I still have family in the Philippines, so mine would be the Philippines. My dad's there, and my 2 older sisters are there, who I see every year, once a year. So I try to go 3 weeks out of the year to see them and my dad and my other family. So mine would be the Philippines.
Put me in your suitcase, Daniel.
Okay, I was going to ask you to put me in your suitcase.
Like, I'm not even kidding. I got the passport. It's valid until 2025. Once the Rona is done showing her ass, let's hop on somebody's plane, and I will do all the things. You tell me what to do, I will cook. If the family's like, we cooking tonight, what we cooking, just tell me what to do, and I'm doing it. Okay.
Fun fact, in high school, I thought that I was Asian. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing. I thought that I was Asian Pacific Islander, and my girlfriend at the time, some tea, right? My girlfriend at the time was half Filipino, so like my best friend.
You just knew it.
Just everything. I was like, I was eating everything. I was saying bad words because I know them. The only thing I did not do was the balut, because I'm not. I
don't do balut.
Yeah,
my father loves balut.
Wow,
really?
Ernest Henderson will get down on some balut, and like if he knew I was going to the Philippines, he'd want me to bring him back some.
I can make some chicken adobo that will knock your socks off.
All right, coming over.
Hey, it's open. It is wide open. Oh my gosh, I've had such a great time getting to talk with you and Alexandria and Chuckle, and you both made this easier tonight than I was expecting it to be. So I appreciate you both.
And quickly before we let you go, Daniel, because we always do this or that, so we're gonna do a little this or that. Is that okay, Jimmy?
No, I wasn't letting him go. I was leading into the wrap up.
Sorry. I was like, oh no, we're leaving. Do you mind doing a little rapid fire, Daniel Cruz?
Sure, let's do it.
So today on the show, we are going to do a little this or that.
Did you just turn it to Downtown Julie Brown? Do you know who she is? I'm dating myself.
Love it.
I'm terrible. Okay. Pop or indie?
Pop.
Form or function?
Form. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Woo! Ice cream cone or snow cone? Oh, straight up? Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Jogging or hiking?
Hiking.
Okay. To receive, an email or a letter?
A letter these days. Hello.
You like letters. You like handwritten letters. You send me your address. Honey, I'll send you a letter. This is my dialect is terrible, but I'm working on it, you guys. So anybody in the audience, just know I've been trying to learn how to do dialects, and I'm really bad at them. And the only way for me to get better is for me to do it terribly.
New Jersey was perfect.
That was British. Thanks. Okay, card game or board game?
Board game.
I'm sorry, you killed me over that. It was British. Classical art or modern art?
Classical art.
Okay. Okay. Do you have a favorite artist? I couldn't think of the word. Composer, designer, painter, fashion designer.
God, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Too many.
Too many? We can just skip over that.
Rembrandt.
Okay, Rembrandt! Whenever I think of art, I think about like classical music, and my favorite classical composer is Debussy. Mm-hmm. I feel like his music sounds like art to me. Okay. Toilet paper, over or under?
Over, hello.
Right.
Over. It is over.
Whatever, y'all. Whatever.
It is over.
Because you're supposed to fold it and make it pretty and like have the... You can't do that if it's under.
You're wiping thine hind parts.
You're pulling. I don't want to do this because I'm going to have to do that in a second after I've done this.
You know what? You're pulling either way. Or do you do this? Do you swipe at your roll?
Sometimes.
Okay. All right. Daniel, pancake or waffle?
Waffle.
Okay. Lastly, save or spend?
Spend.
Amen. All right. Talk about it. We out here.
I want to ask you one more question because that led me to something. I don't know this. Who is your favorite choreographer?
Wow.
Or who inspires you most?
Yeah, I think as far as like in the commercial dance world, I think it's Brian Friedman. Because he is a businessman and he's a way talented dancer. I hated auditioning against him because he's so good. He's smart. And I think he's just really talented and he works hard. So I think in the commercial dance, that's who my favorite choreographer is.
Nice. Oh, I didn't even get to ask you about Wade Robson, but that might be too much tea. I don't want to ruin things for you. Daniel, I've enjoyed talking to you. We've enjoyed our time. Alexandria, I've enjoyed that hair so much.
Y'all, he said I look too light skinned. I think it's the blonde.
I didn't say too light skinned. I just said you look really light, Kim.
It's just, it's the blonde, I think. The blonde makes me look lighter. Okay. I'll wear a black wig next week and see if I don't.
And I just realized I'm saying Kim. I'm meaning little Kim.
Yeah, I'm hearing little Kim.
People probably think Kim Kardashian because she had the skin.
Oh, no, I was thinking either Kim, is her last name Solsiak? The girl from...
Nope, we're not doing that.
Not Kim Solsiak. No, sorry, that was wrong. Kim... Dagnabbit, y'all, what's the name of the Sex and the City girl? Is her name Kim?
Kim Cattrall.
Kim Cattrall. That's what I thought you were saying too. But I hear little Kim because she's
little Kim, yeah.
Dark to light. Daniel, thank you so much for being with us this week.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being with us and allowing us to shed a little bit of our weight and what's been making us real heavy this week. Hoping that we can have a better week next week, as in leading up to our next episode, because we are very thrilled to have our next guest. Can I say who it is, Jimmy?
Oh, please tell the babies who it is.
Y'all, next week. So if y'all haven't noticed, we've kind of been on a little bit of a trend, right? So
not on purpose.
Not on purpose, but it's happened. This week was Daniel Cruz, who choreographed Dreamgirls. Last week, it was Tim Simons, who is the resident music director at Village Theater, where we did Dreamgirls. The week before that was...
Sarah Russell,
who was in Dreamgirls. The week before that was Pamela Turpin, who associated choreographed Dreamgirls.
This was all by chance, y'all.
All by chance. And next week, we have the Miss Effie White, Angela Burchett, will be joining our chat next week.
Oh my gosh.
Fresh off her movie debut of the Clark Sisters, First Ladies of Gospel. on Lifetime television. We encourage you all to go watch it and see her stellar acting job. And then we will talk about that. Next week, we will talk about Dreamgirls. Next week, we will see what's going on in her life. And then, you know, maybe I'm going to see if we can get her to sing a little something for the kids. So,
oh, Daniel, you were supposed to dance, but we going to be nice.
Yeah. He said no.
I see a curtain, so that's interior designing. So you did that on the show.
Okay, he did that. So y'all, we are so looking forward to hanging out with y'all next week. Thank you so much for coming by, and we'll see you next Friday night.
Peace and blessings.
Good night, everyone.